Hi, I'm Frankie. Hi, I'm Josette, and we're the founders of Polka Dot Disco Club. Polka Dot Disco Club is a DJ collective that's based in Dundee, and we aim to empower women and inspire others to get involved in DJing. Polka Dot Disco Club was created at the start of 2020, but to be honest, it really was something that we'd been wanting to begin for quite a while. Yeah, I started DJing about 4 years ago, and I got into it through student radio, and then I went away and did a DJ course in Ibiza, just like Kevin and Perry. Yeah, I can be Kevin, you can be Perry. But yeah, so I went to Ibiza and I came back and I just realised I didn't really have any friends that DJ'd, so for me it was quite difficult to kind of get into it and start networking. Luckily I did do that through like certain social media platforms, and there was a few calls looking for DJs, so I got quite lucky. But ever since then I've kind of always wondered, like, how do other women get into it? Because DJing is often a thing you do with your friends, so if you don't have friends that are doing it, then it can be quite hard to just jump right into the scene. And it does tend to be a male dominated scene, so it's a lot of friends booking friends, and if you're not friends with these people, then it can be quite hard to get booked at the beginning. So it was off the back of this that we decided we wanted to start this collective, because we wanted to provide women with a chance to actually get into DJing, especially in Dundee where there was nothing going on like this at all. So our idea was to empower women and create a creative space for women to bounce ideas off each other. So we got in touch with Dundee Union at the start of last year. Yeah, and we asked them if they'd be able to help us facilitate some sort of DJ workshop to bring these women in and then create this collective. And they were so accommodating, they were amazing. They offered us their space, they offered us some equipment to use completely for free, and it was really important to us to offer the workshops for free to these women, because we wanted anyone to get involved, no matter what their financial background was. So it was a 4-week DJ workshop, and the end goal was to have all the participants to perform at Dundee Student Union on International Women's Day at their annual event. And the event was absolutely amazing, it was such a success, and the girls had a really, really good time. They were all amazing. We were blown away with the skills and the ability of all the girls.
If someone had told me at the beginning of 2020 that I'd be only a few months away from performing my own DJ set in front of a crowd of people, I wouldn't have believed them.
The night was so fun as well, like all of our friends were there, like cheering us on, having the best time. It was honestly unreal, it was so good.
I think that was the thing for Polka Dot Disco Club, was that night, was that I knew that when I started it, that was going to be the biggest push for me, and it completely boosted my confidence, was like doing the training nights and having like the girls tell me what I was doing was good, and then like having all my friends be there, and like just being completely wrapped in love and confidence as well, and it really like helped me in general in life.
At the start of 2020, if you told me that I would be playing a live set for a crowd in a few months' time, I would have been quite shocked, but definitely very pleased. And that was what I really enjoyed about the few weeks that we did last year, was that we had that guaranteed gig at the end, and it felt like such a great achievement to play a live set after such a short period learning.
It was just such a fun experience and opportunity, especially since we all only been learning for like 4 weeks, I think. It was amazing, but definitely took a lot of confidence.
So we're often asked, what is the point in starting a women DJ collective? Well, it's really just about creating equality within the music industry. And equality is about ensuring that every individual has equal opportunities to make the most of their lives and their talents. And looking further afield within the music industry, it is clear that there is a gender imbalance, and this just means that we're missing out on a whole world of sounds, stories and perspectives.
I know, thinking back to all of my favourite gigs I went to at the Union when I was in uni, they were all male DJs, and I can see why maybe that would be off-putting to some women who want to become DJs.
It's such a male-dominated space, and this is perpetuated definitely by the lack of representation of female DJs in lineups and high-profile spots. And I think if there were more women in these positions, then it would be less intimidating for new female DJs to get started, because they'd have someone to look up to and kind of see that this is something that they can do and there's a place for them in the DJing world.
I think it's definitely intimidating for a woman to start getting into DJing at first, because the music industry is so male dominated. Like, even for me, like personally, I felt very intimidated when I first started, just because the way that I was introduced to it was from going to parties and there'd be guys bringing their decks along or whatever, and it would always just be like boys and their friends know how to DJ, and it was just this sort of male group thing. Like, I never really saw women doing it.
I just think like the industry is changing, and it's just taking so long. I think as well, like when all the music festivals, all the nights are fronted by men, like what else do you think? Like, that was the thing for me, it was like, oh, it's all fronted by men, there's obviously just like no women DJs, but it just isn't the case. It's just they're not celebrated as much as male DJs, but it's finally changing, thankfully.
I think there's this myth that like girls are all out to get each other, and I find that it's like in these spaces it's always the opposite. Like, we're always like lifting each other up, and it's something that I'm definitely like keen to pay it forward with.
So by having a DJ collective that is made up of women doesn't mean that we're anti-males. It's not an us versus them mentality. It simply means that we're for equality, and I think that we could come together using our different strengths to make the music industry a better place. And what we really want to create is just a space for women to collaborate, share music together, and really bounce creatively off each other. We just want to celebrate women in music.
Before I joined Polka Dot Disco Club, I had been looking to get into DJing for a few months. And I think what stopped me from getting into it sooner was I didn't know where to start with it really. I didn't really have any friends who DJed, and I didn't know any other women really who DJed. So yeah, the collective really offered me that space to learn with people and to have help and ask questions.
I just feel so lucky to be part of a group of amazing women who just share the same passion and enthusiasm for music as I do. It's amazing, so good.
Being part of Polka Dot Disco Club has meant a lot to me. It's given me the push to start doing something I've always wanted to do but never really had the confidence to do by myself. It's given me obviously all the skills that I need to go out and perform live in front of an audience.
Being a part of Polka Dot Disco Club has definitely given me a bit more confidence in terms of sort of my DJ skills. I also think it's just so nice to be in this group of women, and we all sort of bring our own styles into our own music tastes, everything. I think we're all very different.
Like, having the opportunity to just join a collective and try it out was the best way possible for me. And also, a lot of the time, like when I was playing my own music, I get a lot of comments about it being my style, like the stuff that I like was being too soft, too pop, too electronic, and like that's what I kind of felt, is that there wasn't really a place for me in DJing, and that's why I never really started. And like, I think that's the same for a lot of people, that you don't feel like there's a place for you, and that's what Polka Dot Disco Club was for me.
So hopefully sometime soon we could start putting on club nights again. And the main aim is through these club nights to inspire other women. What we'd love a Polka Dot Disco Club night to be is just a place where other women can feel like they belong and they can be as creative as they want. And we'd absolutely love anyone who wants to get into DJing just to get in touch with us, ask for advice, because all we really want to do is just provide support to other women in the industry.